Okay.
So I think we are on live now.
Yes, we are. We are live now. So, welcome, bienvenido, croeso, to our session this afternoon, Swansea University. My name's Jennifer, and I'm joined by one of our Spanish students, Suad, and between us we're going to be telling you a lot about Swansea University in Wales, in the UK, what we can offer, and I'm just going to click through some slides, and we're just going to start with a short video, so bear with me just a moment. Well, I don't know about you, Suad, but I really enjoyed seeing that because I'm actually on campus today doing this session and there's no one around. And that is back in more normal times when there were lots of students and lots of bustle and activity. So it's a strange time to be doing the presentation and seeing that. So thank you for joining us. And today what we wanted to focus on, we know that now more than ever, especially after Brexit and with the tuition fee loan, not being available anymore, we know that the investment in your education in the UK is more important than ever. So what we thought we'd do today is give you some background, but we're really looking beyond your degree. From the minute you come here to study at Swansea, we're already thinking about what you're going to do afterwards and how to prepare you for that. So I think that's really, really important, and I hope that's why you've been interested in joining the session today. So what we're going to do, going to talk through where is Swansea, what's it like to live here, and then looking at studying here, the courses and campus information. A little bit, obviously, beyond that, we're looking at sports and societies. And then I'm going to hand over, because you'll be bored of my voice, I'm going to hand over to Suad, and she's going to deliver the presentation about her experience of being a student in Swansea. And then getting to the crux of the presentation, it's employability, preparing you for employment after your degree, what we can do here at Swansea and why it's worth considering us as a destination for your degree. And then at the end, there's time for questions. But as we talk, do please feel free to put any questions in the question and answer section, and we'll deal with those all at the end. So I wonder if you wouldn't mind if you can put in the chat now, if you're happy to, what you're interested in studying. Is it engineering? Is it science? Is it languages or media? If you could pop that in now, it'll help us steer a little bit how we're doing the presentation. Okay, so feel free to put that in as we go. So first question is, where's Swansea and what's it like to live here? So this is the United Kingdom, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. Some people don't even know Wales, never mind Swansea. So we'll go from the beginning. So the green part of the map highlighted here is Wales. We're literally right next to England, and Swansea is right down here on the south coast, and I mean literally on the coast, as you'll see shortly. We are less than an hour from Cardiff, which is the capital city. We're less than 3 hours away from London, so by train, and 4 hours by coach, and then even to Manchester, just 4 hours up here. So we're really very well connected in the UK, and actually from Bristol or Cardiff airports, we are a short hop to most of the main European cities when we can travel again freely, of course. But around the UK and Europe, we're really accessible, really well networked, and a great balance really from the big cities and the more the countryside where we are. We are the second largest city in Wales. We've got a population of just over 250,000. We have 2 seafront campuses, which I'll show you more of in a moment. And we're right on the edge of the Gower Peninsula, which is a beautiful area of outdoor beaches, hill walks and cafes. And it's a lovely, lovely spot. So again, we'll illustrate that now. We're actually the closest university to a beach in the world. So again, you'll see from the pictures just how lovely that is. So I'm just going to click to the next slide. So just to show you some images here, the top image, you can see this is a shot from the tallest tower in Wales. It overlooks our marina, and the city centre is just here. The marina's in the middle, and then you can see the proximity to the beach. And then again, it's a day like this today, the blue sky I'm looking out at, the hills in the distance. So the city centre is just a 30-minute walk or a short cycle from Singleton campus, right along the seafront. It's on the flat, very accessible. City centre, like anywhere really. It's got everything. It's a nice mix of cultural, so museum, art gallery, and the usual shops, cafes, bars, and restaurants. There's a lovely, vibrant feel to it. And again, in normal times, it's coming back again little by little. And then for sports enthusiasts, the Liberty Stadium is very close by. It's home to Swansea City Football Club. We're hoping to get back in the Premiership again this year, but we'll wait and see. And then for rugby fans, the Ospreys also share that stadium, and that's just up the road as well. So honestly, something for everybody. And some more images. I mean, it is just a beautiful location, but don't be fooled. I mean, by all the countryside, it is, as I say, you're right next to the city centre. You're an hour away from the capital city, Cardiff, as well. So it's a lovely mix of both. I moved here 20 years ago from just outside London, and I didn't want the big city experience again. So for me, it's a lovely, lovely balance of city life and outdoors, and it hits the mark perfectly. So we've got 32 miles of stunning coastline right the way around Swansea on Gower. And there's over 50 named beaches and coves, and many more that aren't even named. So that's pretty much a beach for every week of the year if you have time just to go and explore them and tick them off the map. But you can see here the beach in the top right here is Rosilly Beach, and that has been voted Europe's best beach a couple of years ago. I know that Spanish students may be surprised by that, but trust me, it is absolutely stunning. And you can learn to surf just within 20 minutes of the university campus, and just half an hour up the road, it's beautiful national parkland for hiking and amazing views. So yeah, a little bit of everything really, but a lovely place. And you've explored some of these places, Suad, I presume, while you've been here.
Yeah, definitely. They are all lovely, and yeah, it's really beautiful. Yeah. Even for me coming from the south of Spain, which beaches like also are really, but yeah, Swansea is lovely. It's beautiful.
Yeah. We can't guarantee the water will be as warm as it is off the coast of Spain, but you might need a wetsuit in the early summer. So one of some key things really for us, we are a UK safe student city, which is really important to know. We have this purple flag status, which is a wide range of attractions. There's lower crime and antisocial behaviour. All the services are well maintained in the city, and it is quite vibrant. And Swansea is the only place in Wales to hold a blue flag for our excellent beaches, a green flag for our beautiful parkland, and then the purple flags for safe cities, and one of only a few cities in the UK to hold all these flags as well. So I think that's really interesting to know, because I know that not a lot of students they're not very familiar with Swansea as yet. So interestingly and very importantly, we're 2019 the third most affordable UK university town. That is hugely important these days, especially, as I said, with the tuition fees. Your money will go further here than it might in other bigger cities in the UK. I understand we're about a third lower cost of living than in London. So tuition fees will be pretty much the same across the board, more expensive in some cities, but actually living here, you'll have more fun money, I suppose. Here, and at the bottom I've got a link. When you come to this later on, there's a breakdown of an idea of fees and funding and the cost of living in Swansea, so have a look at that, and that just will give you an idea of how far your money can go. So studying at Swansea, I'm going to give you a big overview of the courses and the campus information, so feel free to pop questions in as we go. So as I said, we're a dual campus university. Singleton Park, where I am today, is in the park and on the beach, but the Bay campus is really, really on the beach. And I'm going to let Suad tell you a bit more about that, because that's where she's based. So Singleton Park campus, I'm in right now, speaking to you from the blue building in the middle, and from my desk here to the beach, it's 5 minutes walk. So it's amazing. I mean, it's such a lovely location. And for us, for staff working here as well as students, to be able to get away from your desk, your laptop at lunchtime, or just for a mental break, you either walk around the park, which is literally behind us a few minutes, or onto the beach in 5 minutes. And it's good for the soul. And I think everyone talks about mental health. I think it's a really, really good location for that. We have the space to get out and breathe, and you know, it's good for our minds. So we are a second home to 19,000 students. 3.5 of those are international, including EU. And I think we're getting on for over 130 countries. So we're not a massively well-known university by some people, but we really are truly international, very diverse, and very culturally aware as well. And you can see the balance there, about 16,000 undergrad and 3,000 postgrad. So I'll come on to a little bit more information on each campus just now. So to give you an idea, the city centre is in the middle of this image. Singleton campus, we're just under 2 miles away from the city centre. And as I said, you can see here the cycle path and the pedestrian path goes all the way into the city. And that's a really easy walk. And then Bay campus, a little further out, just less than 3 miles from the city centre. And so on a bus, in a car, you can actually follow a bike route now as well. And again, these are all on the flat. So very easy to get into town and very easy to commute between the two campuses. I've put this in here because, again, teaching excellence and student satisfaction, I say pretty much guaranteed at Swansea. And I hope this is reassuring for you as well if you haven't heard of us before. We do have TEF Gold, which is the highest award for teaching excellence at UK universities. We're currently 6th in the UK for student satisfaction. And I think that's key for us, really. If the students aren't happy, then we're not doing things right. And to be 6th out of, gosh, over 140, over 150 universities in the UK, that's really impressive. And we're so proud of that. We're currently a UK top 25 university across all subjects. And then for this is important for this presentation today, we're UK top 15 for career for graduate prospects. So again, reassuring you that if you haven't heard of us, we are worth a look. We're doing very, very well in lots of rankings across the many subjects, but also in these key ones, student satisfaction, career prospects as well, I think are absolutely vital at the moment when you're thinking of where to invest to come to for your degree. So Singleton Park campus, as I said, where I am today, we are the campus for arts and humanities, medicine, health science, including psychology, law, criminology, and most of the sciences. And 2/3 of our students are currently taught here. And we had our centenary last year. We weren't able to celebrate very much, unfortunately, with the pandemic, but 100 years old. So it's constantly growing as well. So even though it's 100 years old, we have lots of new facilities. I'll show you some images of that at the moment. But this will just show you a bit of an overview of what you can study on this campus. Okay. And then some images, like I say, we are an older university, but we have absolutely top of the range facilities and technology, be it media for medicine and geography, visual, what do you call it? Virtual reality within media as well. So lots of different things. And we've got brand new computer laboratories, brand new chemistry laboratories, and we're situated right next to Swansea's main hospital. So for medical students, there's a lot of easy access for that and for research as well. So we're really, really well located. And of course, for marine biology, you couldn't be anywhere literally in the sea. So it's fantastic. So Bay Campus is where you will study engineering, business and management, computer science and maths. Now, this only opened in 2016. I used to say just last year, and I can't believe where the 5 years have gone. So it was built from a brownfield site, and it's £450 million worth of investment. So they were able to build this from the ground up, and it's state-of-the-art facilities. I'm sure Suad will elaborate more on that as well. For engineering, have 3 buildings. We have a library. The Great Hall is for graduation, for concerts. And there's also 2,000 rooms of accommodation on this campus as well. So you can tumble out of bed. The accommodation is at the top of this picture. You tumble out of bed if you're one of those students and be in lectures within 5 minutes, really, picking up a coffee on the way at the cafe. So really everything you want here is self-contained. And So these are the subjects you can study within engineering. It's all the usual courses. College of Science, specifically computer science and maths. We have a brand new computational foundry, which was built just 2 years ago. And again, a huge investment, and it's just a fantastic building. And management, we call it management, but it does include marketing, economics, finance, and business as well. So again, some images here. I'm sure, as we have the flight simulator for aerospace engineering, you can see the atrium for the School of Management, and you can see that we've got lovely bright light, brand new lecture theatres there as well. How would you describe being on there, Suad, you're a software engineering student, aren't you?
Yeah, when I first came in, like I remember perfectly the time when I came with my parents to Bay Campus to see and have a look at the university. Wow, it was amazing, so modern, so new. You have everything what you need. You have like shops there, like to buy whatever. You have also I don't know if it's gonna be still, but there used to be a bank as well. And you can, yeah, it's amazing, and it's literally 3 minutes from the beach. So in between lectures, it's so easy to go and like have your lunch in the literally in the sea. Like it's amazing.
Because that little beach, that's actually Swansea University's little bit of beach, isn't it, right in front of there? So yeah, it's perfect.
It's really
so nice. I think we're very lucky to have everything, to have all these facilities. So we know that, yes, you'll attend your lectures and go to the library, but beyond that, it is important to know that Swansea are really well placed for sports and societies. So we've got over 150 different societies. I mean, they could be course related. You could have a law society or Hispanic society. There's lots of different ones, and then over 50 different sports clubs to get involved in. I mean, from archery to yoga, I mean, literally everything. And I think we're really well catered for. And I know that if there's one that doesn't exist that you want to create, they're also welcome for people to do that. Have you been involved in any of these sports or societies? Clearly not at the moment. I know it's been harder, but when in normal times?
Yeah, not in sports because I'm really bad at sports, but I've been in like computing societies like Swanhack, where we used to do so many projects. I'll talk about it a bit later, but my experience was really nice, and I wish I could still participated, but yeah, due to the situation, it's hard.
And it is, I mean, as well as the organized sports, it's important to say there's things for the non-competitive. I think they even have, is it Quidditch? I've seen Quidditch being played for Harry Potter fans on the lawn. They do yoga on the beach. There's beach volleyball. So things that are just a bit of fun but then for the more competitive, we're in many of the student leagues around the UK. Our soccer team are doing extremely well. We've got a cycling club. There's so many, and they take part in bigger things. There's also varsity every year. Yeah. And varsity is the huge, normally again, in this time of the year, March, April, where Cardiff and Swansea, it's the second biggest inter-university competition in the UK behind Oxford and Cambridge. It's huge. So all these competitions take place between Swansea and Cardiff, and it ends in a rugby match. Each year it'll be in Cardiff, and then the next year in Swansea. But all the students and staff get behind it. It's a really intensive couple of weeks of sport and just enjoyment, I think, getting out and this all good-humoured rivalry. I'm not sure. So yeah, lots to get involved in. So, and again, as well as academic support, we fully support, and I think this is why we won University of the Year in 2019, and it was voted for by the students. And a big part of that, as well as employability, was all about the support that the students get. They feel valued here. We have a fantastic campus life team who supports students, everything for their faith issues, for community, being part of the community, being an international student in a new country, if they have any money or personal welfare issues that they want support with. There's a brilliant online website, and there's loads of advice online. So if you're not ready to talk to somebody, you can look up and understand how you're feeling or how to cope with it first, and then when you're ready to talk to somebody, there's just such a lovely team there. So you're never on your own, and I say there's advice the whole way through. I genuinely believe that we do care for the students here. And I think that goes a long way to that whole thing about student experience and being cared for. And I'm going to let Suad explain a little bit more of that now. So I'm going to hand over to Suad. She's going to speak to you in Spanish. You'll get bored of my voice by now. And she's going to talk about her experience as a Swansea student. Thanks, Suad.
Hola chicos, yo me llamo Swat. Antes de nada quería presentarme un poco. Quería primero agradecer a Jennifer todo el trabajo que ha puesto en esta presentación y esperemos que salga bien y que os guste Swansea. Bueno, lo primero de todo, soy Swat, tengo 20 años, estoy en mi último año de carrera, que hay muchísima gente que no se lo cree, pero sí es así. Y nada, y estudio ingeniería de software aquí en Swansea University. Soy del sur de España. Bueno, yo nací en Badajoz, pero toda mi vida he vivido en Ceuta, así que yo me considero más ceutí que otra cosa. Y nada, así un poquito me he presentado. Y bueno, ¿qué hago aquí? Yo vengo aquí a hablaros de Swansea. Para mí la universidad, yo desde que era muy pequeña he intentado estudiar mucho. Y para mí la universidad era como muy importante. Quería invertir en una buena universidad, en una buena educación. Mis padres desde pequeña siempre me lo han dicho, la educación, la mejor herencia que te vamos a dejar va a ser tu educación. Así que era muy necesario para mis padres, para mí, que yo estudiara en un sitio que estuviera cómoda, que estuviera feliz. Y bueno, y vengo aquí a hablaros de Swansea, de qué hago aquí y de cómo mi vida y de cómo me ha cambiado la vida. Porque de verdad es que no, después de estos 3 años, soy una persona completamente nueva. Así que nada, primero quería empezar diciendo un poquito por qué elegí Swansea University, porque claro, yo llegué a segundo de bachillerato y tenía la opción de quedarme en España, era mi primera opción, o segunda opción, muy en el aire, venirme al Reino Unido, en concreto a Swansea, y ahora os comentaré por qué. Pero vamos, estaba muy indecisa y al final me decanté por el Reino Unido. ¿Y por qué fue así? Y por Swansea University. Porque lo primero de todo, lo que decía, yo buscaba una buena universidad. El ranking de ingeniería en Swansea University es súper alto. Y eso la verdad me llamó muchísimo. También los premios que han ganado, la página web, bueno, todo el trabajo también. Es una universidad que a nivel educativo la gente no la conoce, pero está cada vez creciendo más y más. Y en años va a ser una de las mejores universidades vamos, yo estoy segura del mundo. También había un ambiente muy cosmopolita, yo quería algo así. La ciudad es grande, pero no es demasiado. Yo no quería irme a un Londres porque lo primero es súper caro. Lo segundo, no quería tardar en ir a la universidad 1 o 2 horas, o sea, me negaba porque quería también vivir y no pasarme la vida en el metro. Otra de las ventajas más grandes que me hizo decantarme por el Reino Unido, por Swansea, en vez de quedarme en España, aunque fuese una gran inversión, son los 3 años de carrera, en su mayoría. Creo que menos farmacia y medicina, la mayoría de carreras son 3 años de duración. Y eso comparado con España, que la ingeniería son 4 años, y bueno, y 4 años para largo, porque generalmente la gente no termina la ingeniería en 4 años, pues me llamó muchísimo Swansea. Y también es relativamente fácil su entrada, no es fácil, pero no es una universidad donde te pidan, bueno, barbaridades, no. Yo quería algo sencillo porque no sé cómo habrán cambiado las cosas, pero en su momento tenía que elegir 5 universidades y después quedarme con 2 y no quería arriesgarme a perder una sin quedarme en la entrada, porque elegí universidades extremadamente altas en ranking. Aunque Swansea, ya os digo, está creciendo muchísimo y cada vez está en una posición más y más alta. Entonces, bueno, me arrepiento de haber cogido esta decisión después de 3 años, después de haber valorado, ver la experiencia de mis amigos, de mi hermana incluso, que ya está en España, en Cádiz, haciendo medicina. La respuesta es no. No me arrepiento para nada. Para mí, ya os digo, ha sido la mejor decisión. No he tomado muchas decisiones grandes en mi vida, pero sin duda alguna estoy segura de que va a ser la mejor decisión. Yo, gracias a Swansea University, lo primero he vivido experiencias increíbles. Yo cuando la gente me decía irte al extranjero te va a cambiar la vida, estudiar en el extranjero tal, yo no me lo creía, yo decía, esta gente qué pesado, qué pesada, no me dejan. Yo solamente quiero irme a estudiar, terminar la carrera sin complicaciones ni nada y ir todo bien, pero no, verdaderamente, bueno, me ha hecho cambiar todo. O sea, la gente es espectacular. Aquí, sobre todo en Gales, la gente parece que dicen en el norte son muy fríos, son muy fríos. En Gales, y esa es una de las ventajas más grandes que tiene Swansea, no, son súper, súper amigables. Cualquier cosa que necesites de ayuda, tal, te la van a ofrecer. Así que sí, de eso me ha hecho vivir experiencias increíbles. No he tenido ninguna o casi ninguna experiencia negativa, nada, para nada. Ha sido espectacular. Lo mismo, he conocido mundo, he cambiado mi forma de verlo, que parece que que eso, que también yo me creía que era una mentira, diciendo a la gente que quería, yo qué sé, chulear un poco, diciendo, pues mira, yo me venía al extranjero y me ha cambiado la forma de verlo. No, de verdad que os estoy hablando de corazón, ha sido un cambio brutal y yo lo noto cuando ya hablamos en las conversaciones con el grupo de amigos, tal. A mí hay cosas ya que se me quedan pequeñas, no sé, ha sido muy guay. Y también una cosa muy importante es que he madurado. Yo salí de mi casa a los 17 años, dependía de mi padre, de mi madre y de mi hermana completamente. Y bueno, sí que cuando sales a la universidad maduras, porque eso es lógico, pero claro, no es lo mismo estar a 1 hora de tu ciudad, en la misma ciudad, o incluso, yo qué sé, a 3 o 4 horas que dices, he tenido un mal día, me voy a pasar el fin de semana con mis padres, que viviendo en un país extranjero que, bueno, tienes un mal día y no te queda más otra cosa que bueno, apañártela. Pero bueno, aparte de todo esto, lo más importante aquí es la educación, ¿vale? Entonces sí, lo principal que yo obviamente me fijé en la ciudad, me fijé en los aeropuertos cercanos, tal, en la localización, pero sobre todo lo que más lo más importante para mí era tener una buena educación, un buen título universitario, porque es lo más importante al fin y al cabo. Y Swansea University, gracias a Swansea University, he ganado experiencia laboral que en otra universidad no podría haber ganado, y eso lo puedo asegurar. Tengo un currículum muchísimo más lleno bueno, del que podría haber tenido estando en España. Lo hablo con mi hermana todo el rato y somos personas ambiciosas, somos personas que queremos ir a por más. Y gracias a Swansea he tenido la oportunidad de participar en muchísimas cosas y de ganar experiencia laboral. Nada, también he participado en concursos, en presentaciones, en cursos adicionales, en debates, que eso también pues te ayuda a ganar un poco de confianza en ti mismo, de ver lo que te gusta, de ver lo que no te gusta, y todo ello ha sido gracias a la universidad. Claro, también están viniendo de España. En España la experiencia laboral durante la universidad, la vida universitaria no es tan común. Yo salí de España sin ningún tipo de experiencia laboral y sin ninguna persona a mi alrededor, de mis amigos, de mis compañeros de clase. Claro, yo...
Oh,
Perdonad, hemos tenido un problema con Suad. En unos segundos vuelve con nosotros. De momento tenemos a Jennifer con nosotros mientras vuelve Suad. Jennifer, if you can continue while Suad is with us again, please.
okay. So
She's again.
Yeah.
she's back. There we go.
Yeah, sorry. Eso,
She's
perdón.
coming back.
Sí, he tenido un pequeño problema.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to have to present in Spanish. I panicked a bit. Thank you for coming back.
Problem. Así que nada, eso, perdón, como estaba diciendo, he participado en concursos, en debate y claro, yo venía de una España donde no tenía la oportunidad, veía a mi alrededor que claro, tú haces al fin y al cabo lo que hace tu grupo. Si tu grupo está todo el rato intentando aplicar a conseguir trabajo, participando en esto, en lo otro, pues eso te guía. Pero claro, yo no era muy común en España. Y cuando vine a la universidad ves que todos tus compañeros de piso, de compañeros de clase, están aplicando trabajo y aplicando trabajo relacionado, en este caso, con la ingeniería. No estamos hablando de, yo qué sé, un restaurante o algo, no. Cosas que te van a facilitar y te van a abrir puertas en el futuro. Así que, bueno, muy contenta. También una cosa muy importante es que he estudiado la carrera de mis sueños sin complicaciones, que eso es otra cosa que veo yo mucho también en España. Y bueno, en un periodo corto y sobre todo también disfrutando de la vida universitaria, que también es muy importante. Y bueno, he mejorado también mi inglés exponencialmente. Yo venía, claro, de España, de un B2, en un colegio que no era bilingüe, así que yo sí que lo he notado y eso, claro, eso ya pues es muy importante también. Y bueno, y esto todo ha sido gracias también a Swansea Employability. Creo que Jennifer va a hablar un poco de ello más adelante. Se encarga Swansea Employability de que haya de que los estudiantes desde que empiezan su vida universitaria también disfruten y todo eso, pero también se encarga de que miren más allá de tu carrera y de que empieces ya a prepararte, a preparar currículum, a preparar entrevistas. Es una pasada, pero eso, yo gracias a Swansea Employability he tenido la oportunidad de eso, de mejorar, y bueno, lo voy a pasar por aquí. He podido crearme y mejorar muchísimo mi perfil de LinkedIn. He conseguido internships que que si hubiera estado en España o quizá en otra universidad un poco más grande, un poco tal, no se hubieran concentrado tanto en mí, así que sí he conseguido también una internship, mi currículum ha mejorado muchísimo, yo venía sin currículum y ahora tengo un currículum que bueno, que soy estudiante todavía, ¿no? Pero está mejorando. Y nada, me he preparado para entrevistas, tienes siempre reuniones 1 a 1 y una cosa que me llama muchísimo la atención es que muchas empresas hacen una feria en la universidad y cada año vienen empresas a promocionarse en la universidad y te ofrecen, o sea, te enseña muchísimo las ofertas que tienen de trabajo, se ponen en contacto, puede hacer lo que se conoce como networking y es una pasada, así que gracias pues a Swansea Employability me ha ayudado muchísimo. Y nada, y por eso y mucho más, de verdad, yo animo de corazón a todo el mundo a que consideréis, al menos consideréis, echéis.
It keeps glitching, so let's give Suad a moment to come back and join us again.
Yes, we have some technical problems, but she's here.
Yeah.
She's with us.
Así que nada, yo simplemente ya termino aquí, pero quería desearos de corazón que consideréis Swansea, no os vais a arrepentir. Es una inversión, es un dinero, pero de verdad que merece la pena. Yo lo tengo clarísimo ya hasta con mi hijo, me encantaría que estudiasen aquí y yo la verdad estoy muy contenta, muy satisfecha y os animo de corazón a que consideréis la universidad. Y nada, eso es todo. Quería agradeceros mucho haberme escuchado y ahora doy la palabra otra vez a Jennifer. Gracias.
Thank you so much for doing it. I mean, I do speak Spanish to a degree, but gosh, you do speak quickly for me. So, but it is. But I can But I can see how animated you are and how much you have enjoyed your time here and how much you've gained from it. So that really comes across. You know, I think it's from de tu corazón. So, and I think that's just so nice to hear. And I think it's important for other Spanish students. I mean, they can listen. I'm from Ireland originally, but I've been living in Swansea for 20 years now. I've chosen it to be home, and I love it. But I think it's just obviously you've got to have that connection with it. And I've never known students not have a great time here. It gets under your skin. There's something about Swansea that you mightn't have considered it before, but when you're here, I think there's something really special about it. So
there is.
And you find the people in town as well friendly, really welcoming.
Definitely. I remember at the beginning, I was so lost. Of course, you come into another country, you think your English is really bad, and people made you feel like it's okay, you're gonna be fine. There are so many people like you, and it's perfectly fine. You're gonna be here, and you're gonna.
Yeah, and it is a super friendly, and people. I've lived in England, different places where it's not so, people aren't so forthcoming, and in Swansea, from the day we visited here over 20 years ago, people just chat. The lady in the till at the shops will just chat to you, and people on the bus just chat. And I think the local people, because we're so of the community in Swansea at the university, the community's right around us. They see students, they want to talk to them, they hear a different accent, they want to know where they're from. So you do really very much feel part of not just the student community, but part of the bigger Swansea community as well. And that really helps just give that international feel to our city as well. So thank you so much for sharing that. And I know I probably will cover a few things that you mentioned, but we can add it again. There we go. Thank you. I just need to come back into my slides again. Can you close yours? There we go. Brilliant. Thank you so much. So I'm just going to, I suppose, talk more broadly about employability at Swansea and what support you're guaranteed to help you achieve the best graduate career that you can. So as I say, at the moment, we are in the UK top 15 for career prospects, and that's just fantastic. I mean, it does demonstrate how committed we are to produce these innovative, creative, and to my knowledge, some of the most employable graduates in the UK. We're doing fantastically there. There's an employability academy. Swansea Employability Academy covers the whole of the university, all subjects, all students, and that centre is where you can go to get the skills that you need to give you that start that you need to think beyond your degree. And then within the colleges, which I'll talk about, as Suad mentioned as well, you get support to secure an internship or summer placement. to meet potential employees specific to your course and to find a permanent role after graduation. So the Swansea Employability Academy is for the whole university, for all students, and it's broad. It's everything that you will need. But within that as well is the colleges. But I'm just going to show you, this is just an example of some of the international, the global companies who we are linked with. You know, you will know at least 2 or 3 of these names on there easily. And many of them have fairly local offices or local buildings here as well that we can connect with. And we're really well connected in terms of research as well, just with rather than just placements and that. But it's very tangible. It's very easy to connect with these students. And we've been working with them for such a long time that there's really good relationships there. So whenever, again, we return to more normal times, having work placements and those connections with these companies, again, it's a fantastic opportunity. Whatever you're studying, I think, for like marketing and business, I mean, you could work in any of these. For engineering, maybe it becomes more specific with Tata Steel and Airbus, etc. But pretty much something for all courses. So in our School of Management, I mean, if you think about it, yes, the degree is your first step in getting a job. But if you haven't got this network, this experience of the skills you need and just building up that other part of you beyond the academic, I think it's harder to get that job. So I think you will find it's excellent. So School of Management the college has got a dedicated employability team solely for management students. So it's actively promoted within your course, and it is a focus throughout your studies here in management. They've got a really good track record of getting students into some of their dream jobs and placements, and a fantastic team there. Placement advice, so give you tips about doing your CV, interview tips as well. And these guys will even research the companies and the brands that you want to work for. And they know the ins and outs and what sort of interview formats they would have or what possibilities there are there. So the School of Management are particularly strong at that. And the other colleges, I think, are now catching up with that because they've really set the bar very high. Engineering, as Suad's experience, currently ranked 9th in the UK for graduate prospects. So it's fantastic. And nearly 100% of graduates are in employment or further study in 6 months after graduating. Again, they offer the year in industry. There are the paid internships over the summer period. And then, as you said as well, we've got a broader career fair, but within engineering, these employer talks, as you say, they come and they meet engineering students, talk about what the opportunities that are within their companies, but also finding out about what drives you as a student, what you're interested in, and maybe mock interviews, those kind of things. And some of the engineering employers are Airbus, Jaguar Land Rover, Rolls-Royce, Tata Steel. So we're really, really well connected. We've got a real strength in engineering. So if you are actually deciding to do further study, aren't you, Suad, at the moment?
Yeah. I'm considering doing a master's next year. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and you've had good exposure to the employability side of things anyway.
Since my second year at university, also there are available open days, and they were also really helpful. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then the other one I wanted to focus on was computer science, one of our strongest and a very popular course for Spanish students. Again, we have so many networking opportunities. We have this new computational foundry, which you can have a look online. I think it's been open for 2 years, and it's a real hub for computer science and for maths. Project fairs and careers fairs specifically for companies looking for computer science graduates. And our graduates go on to work at some of the big tech giants, Facebook, Google, and Microsoft. I mean, we really are well connected, and a computer science degree will take you far from Swansea. And again, year in industry scheme and summer placements again, looking at spending a year with an employer and getting those real life work environment skills. I think as all our colleges are very well connected to local companies or branches of the global companies that are local. And then, I think for global as well, because a lot of these do a year abroad as well and a year in industry. So really the world is your oyster. You can choose which track you want to go. And just like Suad as well, there's that opportunity if you're not ready to go into a career, go and do your master's. I mean, 1 year master's here instead of 2 in other countries. And that will really set you, it's that next step, and it just really equips you even further and the employability will continue into masters obviously as well. You're bringing more to your CV by doing that. So that's really all we have to say. I just want to round up by talking about our next virtual open day for undergraduates is Saturday the 8th of May. There's a link to click on there and you can book online to take part in that. And even though they are being held online, it doesn't stop you exploring what we have to offer here in Swansea, the campuses, the teaching staff, and then meeting other students like Suad as well, who are here to talk to you that day. You can have a look around our sports facilities, our accommodation, student support services, and then student finance as well. And all those topics have all got pages on our website. So accommodation on Singleton campus, on Bay campus, and private accommodation as well. And if you can't make an open day, we have on-demand talks and videos already pre-recorded for pretty much most of the subjects that we offer here. And if you click on there, you can tap into the lecturers talking about how they teach psychology here, what the different things are, how they teach different types of engineering. It's all there, and it's all very Swansea focused. And you can also, there are opportunities you can click on to do virtual campus tours for Singleton campus and for Bay campus. And that'll take you inside the buildings and let you see just all around them, sports facilities, etc. as well. And I think a big opportunity is now you can talk to any of our students. They're online. You can search them by course, you can search them by nationality, and just chat. And they're fantastic. A lot of them are local, they're UK or Welsh based, but there's a lot of international students on there as well, and they're really just easy to tap into that as well. I was going to go back to accommodation actually, Suad, because I haven't covered it in detail. There is accommodation on Bay campus, 2,000 rooms, all single rooms with ensuite. There's rooms on Singleton campus as well. And then there's a student village, which is smaller and just a couple of miles further out. But you've gone the private accommodation route, is that right?
Yeah. I decided to go outside the campus also because, for me, being on campus, it was amazing and really near. But I also wanted to experience outside living on campus. So I decided to go on a private accommodation. And yeah, there are now plenty of them. Each year they are constructing more and more. And it's also a nice opportunity if you are not really comfortable by staying on campus and being at university, then you can also have the option. You have the option to go outside.
And you can apply for those rooms through Swansea University as well. Even though they're private, we have a route that you haven't got to find it on your own through a private landlord. You can actually use our private accommodation link. So you can pretty much choose what you want. And even if you're on campus, you can choose alcohol-free accommodation. You can choose single sex.
Girls? Yeah.
Only girls, and you can have there's quiet accommodation where there's no noise between 11 p.m. and 8 in the morning. So you can really very much tailor it to what you want as a student. You don't have to feel uncomfortable, like, oh my goodness, it's going to be really noisy, or I really want something really vibrant. So you've got that as well. Whatever you want, you can choose, and you can tailor your type of accommodation to suit your budget, and also to suit what you want. And you probably find that after your first couple of terms, what you want will probably change, and you might be ready to go into private accommodation in your second year. And it's just building confidence, I think, whichever way suits you. So again, look up our accommodation online as well, and they have a great chat on open days, loads of questions you can ask on there, and have a look at the rooms and the different prices and things. So there's plenty on there for information. So I was going to end, actually, I hope Suad doesn't mind this, but I love this video. I only met you a couple of weeks ago, and I've had this video for a little while now, and it's a day in the life of a software engineering student. And it'll just give you a little insight into Suad's day. It'll show you some of the facilities inside a lecture theatre and just out and about. Now, you have to remember, it's filmed in Spain. So when you go to the beach, that's not Swansea Beach, is it?
Yeah. It was recorded in Spain.
So let me go and play that now, and we'll take a little look. Oops, hold on a second. I want to close that one down. Bear with me. Here we go.
Hello everyone, and welcome to a day in my life as a software engineering student at Swansea University. I have just finished my second year at university, and my summer routine will be different to my daily routine during winter. But as you saw, I will normally wake up, have some breakfast, and quickly get changed to... Repeating the audio twice.
Has it gone?
So basically, your microphone was on, so we can hear the audio twice.
Okay, let me do that again. Sorry, you did say it there. Let me
Sorry,
rewind
I'm really
that. No,
sorry.
no, no. Thank you for telling, because I can't see my mic. And you did tell me to do that earlier. Microphone going off.
Hello everyone, and welcome to a day in my life as a software engineering student at Swansea University. I have just finished my second year at university, and my summer routine will be different to my daily routine during winter. But as you saw, I will normally wake up, have some breakfast, and quickly get changed to start my day. I am currently in my hometown in Spain, and I have officially finished all my exams, but I still needed to do some researching related to which final year project I will choose, which I'm really excited to do because I will be supervised by my favorite lecturer. So here I'm just doing that in the morning so I can have some free time later on. And yes guys, software engineering is full of programming, and it can sound a bit challenging, but don't worry. Swansea University will teach you from scratch, and this is just an example of something you will be able to do after some coding practicing. And yes, this was the result of one of my assignments. So after finishing some of my university tasks, I decided to go out for a walk and enjoy the view of the sea, which I have to say that if you join us as a Swan student, you will be lucky enough to be standing right in front of the beach. So yeah, here is just me walking around my city. After coming home, some of my uni friends video called me, and we talked for ages. And I have to say that whether if you're an introvert or an extrovert, Swansea University will make you find the perfect group of people for you just as I did. And suddenly you will have created lots of memories to always remember. Here is where my routine changes depending on the day. Some days I'll do some reading, others sport, or others I will just watch some Netflix like today. After that, I'll shower and I will be ready to sleep. See you soon at Swansea University.
We've lost Suad again, have we? I think we've lost her again. So I'm just going to round off by saying these are some of our social media. Follow us on there. We're very active. We've got a fantastic loads of videos on different courses, etc. on YouTube and Instagram. We are really active on there. Loads of fantastic images of around and about the area. Facebook as well. And Facebook's fantastic for new students who are looking to come. You can connect on there before you end up in Swansea, just even if you find out who you're sharing a room with, those kind of things, it's just nice to connect on there for new students. And then Twitter again. So active on all of those different platforms. And is there anything more we could possibly tell you? So we're happy to answer any questions that you might have. And let me see. So there's so one question, just looking at Suad, I think you've gone again. You back? You're back. You keep disappearing. No, it's fine. So there's one question asking, so what's it been like on campus? Obviously, you've been here pre-COVID and during COVID, and I'm back today. It's Saturday, but it's an empty campus. But I can see everything is in place with all the one-way systems and the hand sanitizers and loads of different things that I can see are put in place, one-way stairs, etc. So have you been on campus much during this? Yeah.
Yeah, I've been a couple of times. Obviously, I've been a bit more, but like on campus, actually doing stuff a couple of times, and it's been amazing so far. It's really safe. Everything, yeah, it's as you said, it's full of like hand sanitizer, social distancing, like prints in the floor. Yeah, everything. It's really safe, and I think next year, hopefully, everything will get better. The library is now it's still available if you want to book any books and stuff, but it's been really good so far.
I think as normal as it can be. I mean, I've just been to get a coffee at the shop and pick up some things, so everything's still operating as normal. It's just going to be a little bit more structured. And then in Wales, which is different to England, our restrictions have started to lift earlier. So we're hoping that cafes and restaurants, they're starting to do takeaway. So by the time you come in September, we're fingers crossed, things will be a little bit more back to normal again. But it certainly feels it's a lot more confidence at the moment. So let me see if there's any other questions. So how did you find about after you've done your degree, when you were just choosing that degree and getting advice, because you came to visit first of all, and that you looked up online, was it easy to choose?
Yeah, I didn't have the opportunity to come in and see Swansea, but only from online. Like it was everything. It's really well the steps that you have to follow.
Oh, she's gone again. I'm not going to talk too long. I think she's going to pop back very shortly. I hope.
Can you hear me? Hello.
Oh.
Hello.
So it's
hello,
fine.
we can hear you.
Oh, okay.
We can hear you.
So yeah, what did I want? Yeah, so that's it. It was really easy. In the website, it's really well explained everything, and it made me choose. I don't know. It gave me such a good vibe from the beginning. And again, as I said before, I didn't want to go into a really massive city, but of course I wanted to have access to like malls and like restaurants. So Swansea has all of that. So yeah, it was a really easy decision to take. Also the campus, it's everything on one campus, or Singleton or Bay, but it's not in like other universities in the UK where you have one building in the middle of the city center. Yeah, so that was a great advantage. Really modern, really beautiful. So yeah, it was really easy for me.
Fantastic. Well, I think we probably wrap up there now, because those are all the questions. And I think that in case we lose you again, we should probably finish there. But listen, thank you, Swad, so much for your input today. I've loved it. Where I'm having it, and love to hear about your experience as well. I'm sure the students and parents have as well. And I hope you've all enjoyed learning about Swansea. If you haven't heard of us before, look us up in more detail online. And I'm going to be available for meetings. I've put them in the availability calendar. I've got sometime this afternoon, and then next week I've put a few slots in if you want to book some time and have a conversation. And if I can't answer it, I'll put you in touch with the academic for your course. They're always really, really happy to talk to students who are looking at coming to Swansea. And really anything, just email questions and then set up a meeting. And that can be 5 minutes, it can be 15 minutes, however long you want it, even if it's just to get in touch. And I can give you some links if you're not ready to talk. So however you want to contact us and find out more, we're here for you basically. So thank you all for coming. Thanks for your questions. And maybe we'll see you in Swansea soon. Thank you. Adios.